Yo, what's up guys, this is Astranox and I'm back with another Epic 7 video, and it's time again for a daily summon and a review of whatever I get. If I get an artifact, I'm gonna summon using my own Covenant summons. I'm free to play, I've been saving up, and well, let's see what I get. Star. Oh yes, Carmainerose, finally. Well, finally. I mean, it's pretty early game still. Why did you call me? Well, I need you. So, vampirism. Claw the enemy, absorbing some of the damage as health. I'll go more in depth with the review. I'll just check the skills real quick here. Attack, decreasing combat readiness by 35% and decreasing speed of the enemy and increasing speed of the caster for 2 turns. Wow, that's huge. It can go down to 3 turns. You can enhance it to decrease combat readiness by 55%. That's huge. I mean, she buffs her own speed, but that's gonna make a big difference against a boss. And she has some sustain here. And on her third attack, the enemy, dispelling all buffs and increasing attack and defense of the caster for 2 turns. She's like a self-buffing machine. That's crazy. 3 turn cooldown with skill up, and you can extend the buff by 1 turn for 10 souls only. So basically this thing can be permanent. Yeah. So dispelling all buffs, that's gonna be that won't be useful for Wyvern, but for Golem, because she's fire and Golem is earth, fire counters the earth element, so she's a great pick for Golem for sure. Wyvern, I mean, with the decreased combat readiness up to 55%, because Wyvern's alone, and decreasing speed and increasing her own speed, that's gonna make a massive difference in the battle. It will be much easier. I'm gonna have to build her and try her out. I'm gonna go more in depth in the review here. Alright, let's go back and what a great pick. Okay, so her stats, 5-star. Attack is high. Attack is high for 5-star, and HP, ooh, HP is quite low. But the defense is good though. So I guess it can can average it to its average survival, I'd say. Speed is terrible. That's a really bad base speed. But it's fine, it's fine. 6-star. Wow, her health is extremely low, but that attack is pretty good. The defense, of course, 666. Okay, she's got 9% effectiveness, just straight up like this. Now, awakening, third awakening. Okay, her skill 2. So you get the decreased speed of enemy and increase of your own speed for 2 turns each. That's a beautiful addition. Now, what is she getting from the other nodes? This is the first one. Get some more attacks and flat stats. Effectiveness, that's good. This is only for the, well, only, that's the best part. Some health, some much needed health increase. Some more attack. And finally, some more effectiveness. Fighter medal for the 6th awakening, for the 5th order of the shield insignia. Now let's go look at her skill ups. Sort this by acquisition. Okay, her skill 1. Okay. We get 30% increase healing and 30% damage dealt increase after all the buffs. She needs a letter sheet. 3 for the 3rd. I mean, this is not what you want to work upon. This is not the first skill. Just looking real quick. I would say that this is gonna lower the turn. If you have Elsen in your group to increase attack and defense for the group, this you will not need. If you are farming Wyvern, you do not need to dispel buff, and she doesn't need to attack and defense increase. So you can turn off her skill 3, her ultimate, for when you're fighting Wyvern, or whatever time. If you don't need the dispel and you have Elsen, just turn off the ultimate. The thing is, you could just not have Elsen in the group, right? She's definitely not gonna be a tank, that's for sure. You're gonna have her as at least she's got some sustain here, and she's got high attack, so vampirism could keep her alive unless she gets one shot or two shotted like almost back to back. I'm gonna have to do a more in-depth review when I build her, but let's look at this here. It's 1 Molagora, then 2, then Molagora go. I mean, the turn cooldown reduction, I mean, she needs to be awakened 3rd time to see the actual description here, so I'm just gonna look for the materials. You can actually, you don't need Molagora go for the -1 turn, but you do need it for the 2nd combat readiness reduction. Now here it's pretty much the same deal. 1, 2, 4, and then Molagora go, and then 2 Molagora go usually. Not for this skill. Alright, now let's look at just go on her real quick once again. Fire. This is sorted. Okay. Let's see what people say. Best DPS 3-star must train unit. She deserves to be a 5 with this character design. Amazing unit, can tank with lifesteal or full direct damage. Tier A, self-heal and dispel, awesome. Great DPS, can 3k damage with crit. Oh, she could go way higher with the right gear. I'm gonna 5-star her, she's so good. OP. Yeah, I knew she was really good. But you're gonna have to make sure she doesn't get one shot or focused down quickly with this amount of health. She's got self-buffing defense, so you should probably just... Actually, this is an attack. Okay, do not disable this thing. This is not only like dispel and attack and defense increase. She actually attacks the enemy, so there could be a very high multiplier on days Unfortunately, it looks like she probably attacks, do the dispelling, and then buff her own attack and defense. But well, I'll try her and we'll see what happens. But if her attack and defense increase happens before the attack, that would be quite good. Yeah, I mean, you could build her with these stats. You're gonna have to run something like Tierra in your group to increase the combat readiness. Putting speed on her wouldn't be such a good idea, really. Her speed is so low, but you could do it. You could do it if you don't have a hero like that buffs the group readiness. You could do it, and you could build her attack. You'll have to go with hit. You could go attack crit, but you're gonna need some effectiveness on your items, because you want her to land this combat readiness reduction and the speed debuff for 2 turn, because that's gonna make a major difference in the battle. So you will need to get hit on her, hit set or a bunch of effectiveness. I have quite a bit of effectiveness on my heroes, and maybe you should aim in the at least 30% there. I'd say 30 to 50%. So if you can get, it depends what you're farming. You could, with her, you could do Golem, because she's fire encounters earth. You could run her with Elsen. If you're free to play and you don't have too many heroes at your disposal, maybe you did roll, you did get Destina. You could run Carmainerose with Destina, and you don't even need Elsen because she's got all the buffs by herself. So you could run like Silk. You run, actually no, it doesn't work. You don't need Silk because she buffs her own speed and decreases the boss's speed. But Silk would decrease the combat readiness of the boss even further, and she would actually apply a speed up for the whole team. So it wouldn't be bad. You would need someone to tank, but if you have like a tanky with a healer with good survival, you can just put that hero on the front line and have Carmainerose in the back, and you could what's her name? You could run her with another DPS. If you have Cez, you could run Carmainerose with Cez, but Cez is gonna need you're gonna need a defense down for sure. So I actually did just now a review for Tarnor Guard. You could do Carmainerose. Actually, my team is Tierra, Elsen, Lorena, and Tarnor Guard. So Tierra has defense down on her her ultimate for 2 turn. 100% chance to apply it. So if you have Tierra, you could go with her, definitely. And you could have Tarnor Guard too for defense down on skill 1, 75% chance for 1 turn. Because reducing the defense, putting defense down debuff on the enemy will double your damage. And then if she has attack buffing in her own kit, it's gonna be deadly. And Tarnor Guard buff his own attack when he does a dual attack. When he teams up with another character, he buffs his own attack for the team up and for 1 round afterwards. So you can just bypass Elsen if you can survive without the defense buff on the rest of your characters, because they will be built more tanky. So if you've got, of course, Destina is gonna be tanky. Tierra, she's a support, so she's gonna be tanky with speed hit. And Tarnor Guard, you can check my guide. You could build him multiple ways. You could use the lifesteal set on Tarnargard and have Carmainerose in the back, or you could go attack crit or attack hit or crit hit, crit hit. You could put him on counter, you could put him on speed, but he should be built for damage, or yeah, or you could use the lifesteal set from the Abyss. So yeah, to build your group, you have to think, yeah, defense down, because she's already providing, she's got her own attack and defense increase. The defense increase will be much needed because of, like I said, her low amount of health at 5 and 6 star. So you could do it without Elsen. Elsen's amazing though, but you could do it without him because she has some sustain unless she gets a one shot. And yeah, or if you don't have, it depends what kind of heroes you're able to pull really, because Elsen can be built by anyone. Tarnargard, you have to pull him. Tieria, you have to pull her. So you've got Lorena for free, you've got Elsen for free, and you have, of course, Carmainerose, probably, if you're watching this, or maybe you're hoping to get her. You must have a 5 star. You probably went with either Destina or Cez. If you went with Cez, you're gonna need some defense down from somewhere, so it's gonna be either a good choice would be Tarnargard or Tieria if you pulled any of them. And yeah, run Carmainerose, Cez, and Destina. If you want to go full offense, basically run my setup. If you have Cez, you could have Carmainerose instead of Elsen, and actually Lorena is not gonna have an attack buff. Tarnargard's gonna self buff himself with attack if he assists. It could be very squishy though if you don't have Elsen, because Carmainerose could get killed before acting, and Tarnargard not having defense, like already with Elsen, this is like a very offensive team, and it's quite dangerous in Wyvern 7. So yeah, you would need some support. Yeah, you're gonna need to bring a healer, but Carmainerose is gonna change the tide of the battle because of the speed down and speed up on herself, and the combat readiness reduction 55% when skilled up. It's gonna make a huge difference. So yeah, just bring a support along to keep your team alive. Or you could go really crazy with the offense and just hope for the best. If you've got very high speed Tieria, and Carmainerose is able to go, you need to get Carmainerose to go just before the boss goes though, and she needs, yeah, that's the thing, if she doesn't use her skill 2 and decide to like attack and buff herself or use skill 1, that means she's not doing the speed down, she's not doing the combat readiness reduction. So boss gonna go once, and then on the next turn hopefully she goes before the boss goes, and then she does her magic. And yeah, I mean, you could actually have her slow enough that the boss goes first, because Wyvern's actually quite fast. Wyvern 7 is like 130. Wait, let me check. Yeah, he must be 130 something speed, maybe 135, because Tieria in my group buffed the combat readiness of the group, so that does help. Oh, artifact, oh my, forgot to talk about that. Carmainerose, she's classed as what? Oh, please tell me, is she a mage? Oh, she's a mage, and I have a 5-star artifact. Been sitting on, I have 2 of those, like that's for some reason. Reduce skill cooldown by 1 turn when an enemy is killed and increase the damage of the next attack by 36%. Can be only activated once per skill. Release kill cooldown by 1 turn when an enemy is killed. So you can only get the attack buff once per skill. But well, I guess I'll just use that thing because that's what I got. But yeah, time matter. Let's see, chatty. 100% chance to be granted a barrier for 2 turns after being attacked if attack cause health to fall below 50%. Barrier strength is proportional to attack, can be activated once every 2 turns. Yeah, I mean, this is if you can survive a hit when you're already below 50% health. Wait, after being attacked, if attack cause health to fall below. Okay, so you do receive the attack, you dip below 50. The barrier procs on yourself for 2 turns. This, yeah, for survival, you could use this because she's so she's got low HP, but good defense. If she has her defense buff, you should be golden. But before that, this could potentially save you. Yeah, and scales with attack, and her attack is quite high actually. Rod of Amaryllis, yes. There's another one after. Oh, there's quite a few actually. Heal the ally with the lowest health by 24% when using a non-attack skill. Okay, so all her skills are attacks. Yeah, so that's out of the question. Shimadra Staff. Increase the effect of all healing received by an ally. Wait, not. Increase the effect of all healing received by an ally by 40%. Does not overlap with an artifact providing the same effect. So I'm not quite sure what this. Oh wait, that's Soul Weaver. Sorry guys. Oh my god, sorry. The last 2. Okay, we got. There is 4: Abyssal Crown, Etika Scepter, Time Matter, and Chatty. So Abyssal Crown, sorry. 24% chance to stun the enemy for 1 turn when attacking. Okay, this will not work against a boss. So yeah, don't use it on her, but you could use it. Yeah, this seems to be better on a AoE attacker because you have a chance on each target to stun them. You will not stun a boss, so yeah, not gonna work. 50% chance to decrease skill cooldown by an additional turn at the beginning of the turn. Ooh, that is good. This could potentially have her skill 3 up. Decrease skill cooldown by an initial turn. This is all the skills? Like 2 and 3? Yeah, at the beginning of the turn. Okay, so every beginning of her turn, she's got a chance to reduce her skill cooldown. It's gonna reduce skill 2 and 3 both by 1 turn, which is huge. If I'm incorrect, just please correct me in the comment section. Thank you. And that is actually huge for skill 2 and 3. So this could be very strong. Etika Scepter seems to be the better one because this one reduce skill cooldown by 1 turn when an enemy is killed and increase, because this will only work against normal monsters, trash waves. Yeah, this will not work against a boss unless you kill an enemy before the boss and you've got the buff that increase your next attack by 36%, but then the attack buff is, it's over. Like, you do it and this will not happen anymore until you kill the boss, and then it's over unless it's some special fight. Yeah, I think Etika Scepter for 5 stars seems to be the better one, because yeah, this one for survival maybe with her sustain, but to get her tank, her defense is actually high. So you if you can bring her HP high enough, she could somehow tank. But nah, her health is so low. I mean, her health is 50% lower than like warrior, most of the warriors. That's like a 3-star warrior too. No, don't do it. Don't do it. It's gonna be real dangerous. 4-star. Taggy Hill's Ancient Book. Receive 20 soul at the beginning of this of a stage. This you can cheese PvP with those, I believe. Or yeah, if you want to do some big burst, you could have it on multiple heroes actually. If the enemy is debuffed, damage dealt increased by 30%. Oh my! If the enemy is debuffed, damage dealt increased 30%. Yeah, the enemy is gonna be debuffed. That's actually huge. That thing for like a fight like Wyvern, that debuff stays, like there's no one that cleanse. Yeah, this Caladra for offense seems to be winning here. The stats are, yeah, a mix of attack and health, a bit more health. Sira Ren, 50% chance to inflict a random debuff for 1 turn when attacking. If your group is already strong, this could, if you're having issue, if she goes before Wyvern, right, and you want to have an extra chance of landing a debuff, let's say she uses her skill 1 or skill 3 and she doesn't use her skill 2 or doesn't land the debuff on her skill 2, you have an extra chance of landing a debuff, which means that the Wyvern will not double flame blast you and potentially kill one of your hero. Ela Violin has 80% chance to dispel 1 buff from the enemy after attacking. Okay, she doesn't need that because she's got a cleanse. She's got a buff removal already, so that covers the 4-star. Here, Prophetic Candlestick, she need to be hit, so that wouldn't work. Yeah, basic attack is her skill 1. That's a bit of increase in. You could actually, this is quite good. This artifact, you could have her crit chance maxed with this. If you're struggling in the crit chance department, this is potentially 30% crit chance increase after making 3 critical hits. So over time you're gonna build, you're gonna crit, and then you can build that 30% crit. But I mean, realistically it's gonna be more around the 8% crit that you're gonna bring this thing to. 9 and 10% is gonna take a lot of time to enhance this artifact at that level. So this is, I'm actually using this, it's very good. You could use this can increase your chance of landing debuff, I believe, decrease chance of missing. Yeah, but there's this thing as well. When health is more than 50%, increase attack and defense by 10%. More defense, bit more attack as well. You could use that. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's gonna be it for this one, guys. I covered quite a bit. If you've got suggestions for artifact, let us know in the comment section. But yeah, I'm really glad I got her. I will build her, and should be pretty interesting. See what kind of group composition I can come up with to get the Wyvern down, and finally have a decreased speed in my team with more combat control in the combat readiness bar. Yeah, this should be really cool. So I'll make another video covering her more in depth, guys, but I guess that's pretty good for now. Her kit is amazing. Really good hero. That attack is beautiful as well. It's the health though. But at least she's got good defense, so it averages out. But don't get her with defense down, that's gonna hurt. Especially without defense buff on her. That's gonna hurt a lot. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out for now.